Hello everyone, I hope everyone is well. In the last lecture, we discussed the concept of time and work. Therefore, today we are going to solve some problems to understand this concept in depth. I hope you people are ready. So let's start. Now, before starting with the questions, let's take a glance at some general information which we require. Like work from days. If A can do a piece of work in n days, then A's 1 day work is going to be 1 by n. I hope it's clear now because previous video में हमने बहुत कुछ पढ़ा था इसके बारे में. We also solved so many questions regarding this. Next is days from work. If 1 day's work is 1, then A can finish the work in n days. As simple as that. Then comes your ratio. If A is thrice as good as workman as B, ratio of work done by A and B is 3:1. It's A and B. If it's going to be B and A, it's going to be what? 1:3. And ratio of time taken by A and B to finish a work? 1:3. Alright, so ratio of work done by A and B is 3:1. Always remember, if I'm saying A to B, A is to B, then it's going to be like X is to Y. Alright, and when it's going to be B to A, then it's going to be Y is to X. This is one of the most important concepts, and एक question आगे आएगा भी ऐसा, in which this is going to be very, very important. That is the order. Whether it's A to B or it's B to A, whether it's 1 to 2 or 2 to 1. So you always have to keep in mind the order. You have to be very, very vigilant when we are talking in terms of order, because if you're not vigilant, then your answer might be wrong. Because why? In your questions, in MCQ questions, what's going to happen is कि दोनों ही present होंगे in your answers. For example, if your answer is X is to Y and the reciprocal of it is going to be like obviously the reverse is going to be Y is to X. So what is going to happen is both these will be present in the options. So you people are going to get confused. If you will, for example, if you will get an answer like 3:7, suppose, okay, and the reciprocal or the reverse of it is going to be 7:3. So both of these are going to be present in the MCQs. And sometimes when you people are not vigilant, what you're going to do is, answer is 3:7, what you're going to do? 7:3, tick, wahin pe wrong, -1 or anything minus. So you have to be very, very vigilant when you are doing these kind of questions. Alright, so let's move forward. This is the first question. So let's get started. So what does the question says? Let's read it. 20 women can do a work in 16 days. Now what is important here? 20 women can do a work in 16 days. Both of these things are very, very important. And 16 men can complete the same work in how many days? In 15 days. What is the ratio between the capacity of a man and a woman? अभी हमने एक चीज़ पढ़ी है, X is to Y और Y is to X. We just understood it. Okay, so here it is what? It's man is to women. It's not women is to man. This is not the case. This is the case. Here you can see 3:4, 4:3. Now I do not know the answer. We people haven't solved it, but this might happen. Alright, so let's just solve it. Alright, so I hope you people have written the question, so I will just start with the solution part. It is 20 into 16 women can complete the work in 1 day. Okay, 20 into 16 women can complete the work in 1 day, right? So one woman, like I'm going to write short form of it. For women I'll write W. So please do not get confused in this. Do not think ये W कहाँ से आ गया, what is this? It's just the short form I'm writing because I do not want to write the whole word again and again. So one woman's 1 day work is going to be what? One woman's 1 day work is going to be what? It's going to be 1 by 320. As simple as that. Do not get confused in this. 20 into 16 women can complete the work in 1 day. So one woman's 1 day work is going to be 1 by 320. As simple as that. Now let's come to men. For that also it's easy. It's 16 into 15 men can complete the work in 1 day. So 16 into 15 men can complete the work in 1 day. Alright. So one man's 1 day work is going to be what? One man's 1 day work. So I'm just going to write 1 day work. Okay. You have to understand it's one man's 1 day work, or I think I should write it down so that you people aren't confused. So one man's. So what M stands for? It stands for this, men. Or I think I should change the color. So one man's 1 day work is going to be what? It's going to be 1 by 240. So now we require the ratio. Alright, we require the ratio of man to women. Alright, we require the ratio of what? Man to women. So it's going to be what? It's going to be 1 by 240. I think I should change the color. Right? It should be 1 by 240 is to 1 by 320. So if I'm going to do the calculations, this is going to turn to what? 1 by 3 is to 1 by 4. And this is going to be nothing but 4 is to 3. So our answer is what? This is the answer, the asterisk one. This is 4 is to 3. As simple as that. So if I'm going to do this, the answer is 4 is to 3. As simple. Now, पहले मैंने सबसे पहले उस स्लाइड में क्या बताया था? I already told you कि ऐसा हो सकता है कि 3:4 भी ऑप्शन हो, 4:3 भी ऑप्शन हो. Alright, I already told you कि x:y भी होगा, y:x भी होगा. In both the cases, what you need to do is you have to be vigilant at what they have asked. They have asked man is to women, or they have asked women is to man. So you have to be vigilant as to what we are doing and which option is the correct one. So here, which is the correct one? 4:3. Why? Because it's a man and a woman. The ratio between man and a woman. So man has been put in the first place, and after that women has been put. If it has been reversed, that is women is to man, then the answer has to be 3:4. Alright, what they might have asked is ki, alright, tell us the ratio between man and a woman and women is to man. Okay, so what you should do is you should always do 4:3 and comma 3:4. So just, take note of the ratio, the order in which they are asking. Do not get confused in this. I'm repeating this because in exams, many people do this. Many people do this. So let's go to next question. Let's read another question now. So what's the question here? The question says P can complete a work in 12 days, working 8 hours a day. That means 8 hours per day. Alright. And Q can complete the same work in 8 days, working 10 hours a day. So it's 10 hours a day. Now if both P and Q work together, working 8 hours a day, in how many days can they complete the work? Now it's simple. Alright, it's very simple. Let's just solve it and get rid of this question as well. But first things first, what is this? 5 by 11 or 6 by 11? What is this? Anyone? Alright, let me tell you because I know I cannot hear you. So what is this? This is a mixed fraction, a whole number and a fraction. So this is what? This is a mixed fraction. How am I supposed to write this? It has to be written like this. But obviously I am teaching you on technology, so this was like the easiest way I could put it. यहाँ पे अगर brackets आ जाते, it would have been good, but let's just suppose the brackets are here. Okay, let's do not get confused and let's just suppose the brackets are here and just keep on working. So let's solve it in very simple way. Let's solve it. Now P can complete the work. Okay, what happened? Yep. So now P can complete the work in how many hours? 12 is to 8 hours. Correct? So this is what? This is 96 hours. Whereas Q can complete the work in what? 8 into 10 hours. Simple. And that is what? That is 80 hours. Correct. So P's 1 hour work. So I'm just writing 1. So P's 1 hour work is going to be what? 1 by 96. As simple as that. and Q's 1 hour work is going to be what? It's going to be 1 by 80. As simple as that. Correct? So P plus Q's 1 hour work is going to be what? So if I am saying P plus Q's 1 hour work is going to be what? Anyone? Exactly what it's going to be. 1 hour work of P plus 1 hour work of Q. As simple as that. 1 upon 96 plus 1 upon 80. This is what it is, right? So if I solve it, the answer is going to be 11 by 480. Now, if you people want to solve it by your own, you can just pause the video and solve on your own. I have solved it. That does not mean you are just going to copy everything in your notebook, right? You're going to solve it. You have to do all the calculations on your own. This is the only way how your calculations are going to improve. How you people are going to do calculations at much faster rate. So this is how you people gonna do it. Just pause the video and do it. Alright. So P plus Q's 1 hour work is going to be 1 upon 96 plus 1 upon 80. Which is going to be nothing. But it's just going to be 11 by 480. So P and Q will finish the work in how many hours? Quick. In the last video we did it. How many hours? How many hours? The reciprocal of it. Which is going to be what? 480 by 11 hours. As simple as that. The reciprocal of it is going to be what? The reciprocal of it is going to be that both P and Q will finish the work in how many hours? It's going to be the reciprocal of this thing. The one which I have put asterisk with. 11 by 480. And it's going to be what? It's going to be 480 by 11 hours. Alright. So the number of days of 8 hours each is going to be what? It's going to be what? It's going to be 480 by 11 into 1 by 8. Why? Because they are working together for 8 hours. Alright. So what it's going to be? It's going to be 480 by 11 into 1 by 8. Which is nothing but it's 60 by 11 days. So this is the answer. Now all of you have to, answer one thing for me. And you have to tell me that is this the way, how am I supposed to leave this question? Like if somebody asks me this question and he or she gives me these options, so am I supposed to leave the answer as to 60 is to 11, 60 by 11? Is this the way I can answer? Exactly, I cannot leave it in this way. Why? Because as you people remember that in the options we actually got mixed fractions. So I have to convert this 60 by 11 in mixed fraction form. So I have to actually do it. So in mixed fraction form, it's going to be 5 by 11 days. This is the way it's going to be. So if I just see the question, this is the question. So the answer was 5 by 11, which is my option A. So this is what the answer is. Alright. So let's move forward. I literally hope that these questions are making sense to you. So do solve them at your own pace, and if you want to solve them and give it a try before seeing how I solve it, then please feel free to pause the video and solve them. Alright. Do not just rush that, alright, we are solving, so let's just solve, let's just do it. No. Take your time. Take your time, pause the video, solve it, and then see how I am doing it. And you can also compare that, okay, what is the strategy I am using? You might be doing it with some other, you might be, doing it with some other strategy, and that might be better in the long run. So do not be afraid to actually experiment. So let's start with question number 3 here. Question number 3 says X and Y can do a piece of work in 20 days. Okay, so there are two people, X and Y, are old friends, find X, find Y. So yeah, X and Y. Old friends can do a piece of work in 20 days and 12 days respectively. Okay, so there is this piece of work, suppose I have to build a wall or something, and that particular work has to be done by X and Y, and they can do a piece of work in 20 days and 12 days respectively, right? Now, X started the work alone, and then after 4 days, Y joined him till the completion of the work. How long did the work last? I hope you understood that X ने start किया work पहले, and उसके after 4 days after that, Y ने उसको join किया, and then they completed the work. So how long did the work last? I hope everyone understood the question. If you did not understand it, तो एक बार दोबारा से हम question read कर लेते हैं, and then we move forward. All right. So X and Y can do a piece of work in 20 days and 12 days respectively. X ने पहले काम start किया, and जिस दिन उसने काम start किया, suppose he started on say X, X started on, let me say A. Okay, A day. He started to work on A day. So Y joined him actually A plus 4th day. Alright. And they worked together to complete the work. Now, how long did the work last? I think up to say yeah. So the options are 6 days, 10 days, 15 days, and 20 days. So let's solve it. Now, work done by X in 4 days. So work which is done by X in 4 days is going to be 1 by 20 into 4. That is nothing but 1 by 5. This was simple. X ने 4 दिनों में कितना काम किया? 1 by 20 into 4. That is nothing but 1 by 5. So what's the remaining work? Now, because I'm dealing in fractions, so the whole work has to be 1 unit. So if 1 by 5th of a work is done, so the remaining work is going to be what? The remaining work is going to be 1 minus 1 by, what is it going to be? 1 minus 1 by 5, which is going to be nothing but 4 by 5. Alright, so it's going to be nothing but 4 by 5. And X plus Y's 1 day work is going to be what? X plus Y is 1 day work. So X plus Y is 1 day work if I say. So this work has to be what? This work has to be 1 by 20 plus 1 by 12. As simple as that. Okay. And it's going to be what? It's going to be 2 by 15. How it's going to be 2 by 15 yaar? Simple add karo na. 8 by 60. Convert this 2 by 15. Simple maths. Simple. Okay. So it's going to be 2 by 15. Now 2 by 15 work is done by X and Y in 1 day. 2 by 15 work is done by X and Y in how many days? In 1 day. So 1 day work of X and Y is going to be 2 by 15. So 4 by 5th work जो है, 4 by 5th work जो है, which was the remaining work, will be done in X and Y in how many days? Come on. 4 by 5th work is going to be simple. 15 by 2, reciprocal of this into 4 by 5 is going to be what? 6 days. Simple. So 6 days. Now 6 days is not the answer. Many people make a mistake here. Why 6 days is not the answer? 6 days is the answer when we are basically asked that how much time is taken by both X and Y. But question क्या था? Question was कि X ने पहले काम start किया, so I have to aggregate the total amount of time जिसमें X ने and X plus Y ने work किया. So X ने कितना time लिया था? 4 days. Here it is. Let me mark it with red. 4 days. And इनका कितना work था? 6 days. So the total time which is taken is going to be nothing plus 6 plus 4. I hope you people can add this. It's not that tough. It's 10 days. So the answer is nothing, but it's 10 days. Correct? So let's move forward. I think these questions seem interesting, right? I think. So if you people want to solve them on your own, just, pause the video. I'm repeating again and again. Please do not rush. It's your video. EduRev has made it for you people so that you can understand. Do not rush. Question number 4. Let's start doing it. 4 men and 6 women can complete a work in 8 days, while 3 men and 7 women can complete a work in 10 days. In how many days will 10 women complete it? So question is pretty simple. It's like 4 men hai, 6 women hai, all these people completed a work in 8 days. And then there are 3 men and 7 women and they completed a work in like 10 days. So how many days will 10 women complete it? Options are 35, 40, 45 and 50. Okay, so let's solve it. Okay, now the thing is one man's 1 day work. So one man's 1 day work is going to be what? It's going to be, let's suppose it's going to be X. One man's 1 day work is X. And similarly, one woman's 1 day work is what? Y. So then what is going to be 4x plus 6y? Because that was what was initially given in the question. It was 1 by 8. And what is going to be 3x plus 7y? That is going to be nothing but 1 by 10. Alright. Now solving these two equations, can I find X and Y? 2 variables, 2 equations. Can I solve it? Yes, of course I can solve it. What you can do is Either you can multiply like the first equation with 3, or you can multiply you can multiply the first equation by 3 and the second equation by 4. So these two terms will be equal. Then you can cancel it. You can find y. Or you can, what you can do, the other step what you can do is either, or you can multiply the first equation by say 7 and the second equation by 6. Now people are going to ask me ये कैसे हुआ, हमें कैसे पता लगा कि किस इक्वेशन को किस नंबर से I have to multiply and then I have to do the calculative part. So it's pretty simple. हमें कोई ना कोई एक चीज़ eliminate करनी है, so I have to make the initial part of it same. So if I want to make the initial part of say x same, so 4 है, अगर मैं 3 से multiply करूँगी it will be 12. यहाँ पे 3 अगर मैं 4 से multiply करूँगी it will be 12. If I'm going to subtract these two, then obviously the x part is going to be deducted and I will be left with y. So this is how you solve two equations. Though I know you might know it, लेकिन चलो revision हो गया, so it's good. So now what is happening is that if I solve these two equations, I will get two values. X is going to be 11 by 400, and what is y going to be? Y is going to be 1 by 400. Simple. So one woman's one day work is going to be what? 1 by 400, because it's what? Y. So y is going to be here and x is going to be one man's one day work. That is x. अब one woman का one day work पता चल गया, that is 1 by 400. Can I find one day work of 10 women? I know the work which is done by one woman in one day. Can I find the work which is done by 10 women in one day? Yes, of course. What I need to do? I need to multiply it by 10. So it's simple, 1 by 400 into 10, which is nothing but 1 by 40. So hence 10 women can complete the work in how many days? How many days? Reciprocal of it, and that is going to be what? That is going to be 40 days. Simple. So what is the answer for this? 40. Alright. So let's go to next question. Question number 5th. I hope हमने जो 4 questions अब तक किए हैं, you people are very very focused, very very vigilant, and you people are actually doing it, solving it along with me, and you people are also pausing the video, solving it. You're taking your time, you're doing all the calculations, you're not being lazy and all posed up कि नहीं we're not doing this. So I hope people are solving. Alright. So let's move to the next question. The next question says what? The next question says A alone can do a piece of work in 6 days. So very hard-working person, he can do the work in like 6 days. And what can B do? B alone can do the work in 8 days. So a bit lazier than A. Now A and B undertook to do it for rupees 3,200 with the help of C. Okay, they completed the work in 3 days. How much is to be paid to C? Did you get it? Did you get the question? Let's read the question once more. Okay. A alone can do a piece of work in 6 days. So, अगर A अकेला काम कर रहा है, he or she can, do a work in 6 days. Similarly, B alone can do the work in 8 days. Now, A and B undertook to do it for rupees 3,200. Alright. And with the help of C, they completed the work in 3 days. That means what they are doing is, A can do the work in 6 days and B can do it in 8 days. And they undertook a certain work. Suppose they have to make a building, or they have to dig something, okay, dig earth or whatever. And they undertook the work for how many rupees? For 3,200. Now with the help of C, they completed the work in 3 days. So they have actually completed the work in 3 days with the help of C. अगर C नहीं होता तो obvious सी बात है, उनको ज़्यादा time लगता, because initially there were only 2 people, A and B, and now because they took help from C, they took help from another person. So what they have done is they have completed the work in 3 days. So how much is to be paid to C? They have to find this. Okay, suppose C is doing an internship with A and B. A and B are like the heads. So how much they have to give to C, because C has helped them. So let's solve it. So what is happening here is, let's find C's one day work. So let's say C's one day work is what? 1 by 3, because obviously the work was completed in 3 days, so 1 by 3, but minus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 8. Now you people have to answer me why I have subtracted. Obviously A is one day work and B is one day work, because A, B and C, all 3 of them were doing the work together. If I want to find the work which is done by C in 1 day and only C, then I have to subtract the total work which was done in 1 day with the total work which is done in one day and which is actually done by A and B, which is this. And now if I am solving it, it will be 1 by 24. Simple. As simple as that, 1 by 24. Now A's wage is to B's wage is to C's wage is going to be what? Simple. A's wage to B's wage. Now here this apostrophe S, do not come at me that you are saying A's but writing A wage. So it's C's wage is going to be what? It's going to be 1 by 6 is to 1 by 8 is going to be 1 by 24. Why this? Because obviously they are going to get the money in the ratio in which they are doing work. If A is doing more work, then obviously A is going to get more money. If B is doing more work, then obviously B is going to get more money. So in the ratio of the work which they have done. So now if I'm going to solve this ratio, it's going to be what? It's going to be 4 is to 3 is to 1. This is the ratio which is going to come. Okay, so what is going to be C's share for 3 days? So shares of 3, shares of not 3, oh my god, where am I? Shares of C for 3 days. Okay, this is going to be what? This is going to be, it worked for 3 days, 1 day work is 1 by 24 into the total amount of work, like total amount of the money for which the work is being done. So this is going to be the amount which they have to pay for C. So if I'm going to calculate it, it's going to be 400. So they have to literally pay 400 rupees to C for actually doing internship with them. Got it? So what's the answer? 400 rupees. Simple. This is the answer. Right? So let's move further. What does the next question says? I hope you people aren't, feeling bored. 5 questions are done. A few are left. Let's do it. Let's understand time and work. Let's do it. So 10 women can complete a work in 7 days and 10 children take 14 days to complete the work. How many days will 5 women and 10 children take to complete the work? I feel ki as a question we have already done, but let's just solve it for the sake of solving it so that the whole concept is embedded inside you. So let me just read the question once again, and after reading it once again we are going to solve it. So what does the question say? The question says 10 women can complete a work in 7 days and 10 children take 14 days to complete the work. So we are talking about women and we are talking about children here. How many days will 5 women and 10 children take to complete the work? So obviously 10 women का इन्होंने दिया हुआ है how much time it's going to take to complete the work. 10 children का they have given how much time they are going to take to complete the work. And then they are saying that alright, we are taking 5 women and 10 children to do the work. So how many days will be required to complete the work which is provided to them? So let's solve it fast because this one is easy and we have already done something like this. I don't know why, but it's coming in my head that I've done it. So let's just do it. Okay. So one woman's 1 day work is going to be what? 1 by 70. Correct? How it's going to be that? 7 days, 10 women, 70. Right? So 1 by 70. One child's 1 day's work. Here it's going to be days. Don't come at me for not writing apostrophe S. 1 by 140. Why 140? Again, 14 days, 10 children. Next, 5 women plus 10 children. C's for children, don't get confused. One like day's work. Okay, so these people are working. So it's going to be what? 5 by 70 plus 10 by 140. Right? Because 5 women we took and 10 children we took. So we are doing 1 day's work. Now if I solve this is going to be what? 1 by 14, right? And this is also going to be 1 by 14, which is going to be nothing but 2 by 14, which is going to be nothing but 1 by 7. So this is 1 day's work. These 1 day's work, correct? 1 by 7. So how many days will they require to complete the whole work? You people have to answer this correct. Like, this concept has been repeated n number of times, I feel, in this video and in the previous video itself. So what is it? Reciprocal of it, 7 days. Simple. 7 days. So what is the answer? 7 is the answer. What is the answer? 7. Moving on to question number 7. What does question number 7 say? Let's find out. A, B and C, old friends. Okay, let me draw it, okay? Let me draw it, A, B and C. Oh my god, what is happening? Okay, I'm so sorry. Technology. So let's just draw them and have a little bit fun. So this is your A, happy. This is your B. And this is your C. Okay. So this is A, this is B, this is C. Can complete a piece of work in 24, 6 and 12 days respectively. So it's 24, 6 and 12. So I suppose by seeing the data that B is very, very hardworking and A is the least hardworking. So I would say that, okay, I prefer C. I'm not being partial here, okay? So, okay, let's just continue. A, B and C can complete a piece of work in 24, 6 and 12 days respectively. Working together, they will complete the same work in how many days? It's a very, very simple question. Let me solve it here itself. And then we'll just focus on the answer. So, okay, if A can do a piece of work in n days, then A's 1 day work is going to be what? I do not know anything, okay? Only this is the data which is provided to me. So let's say that A works for n days. Okay, A works for n days. So A's 1 day work is going to be what? 1 by n. Correct. Similarly, A plus B plus C's 1 day work is going to be what? It's going to be 1 by 24 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 12. Correct? Absolutely correct. Which is going to be 7 by 24. Right? So this is the answer, that is 7 by 24. Now, if A's 1 day work is 1 by n, then A can finish the work in how many days? In n days. Because initially we did that only. That what A is doing is, A is doing a piece of work for n days, so its 1 day work is going to be 1 by n. Now I am reciprocating it. What I am saying is, I am saying that if A's 1 day work is 1 by n, then A can complete the total work in n days. Similarly, we have to do this reciprocation in this thing also. What I am saying is that if A plus B plus C's 1 day work is going to be 7 by 24, then how many days they are going to take to complete the whole work? What is it going to be? A reciprocation of this 1 by n, 1 by n. So reciprocation of this is going to be what? It's going to be 24 by 7. And what is 24 by 7? Obviously, I cannot leave my answer like that. Of course, if in your options, if there are MCQs, if the answer is in this format, you can leave it in this format. No worries. But if the answer is in mixed fraction format, you have to convert it into a mixed fraction format. You cannot do it otherwise. Alright. So what you're going to do is, you have to convert it into a mixed fraction format, which is going to be nothing but 3 by 7 days. Simple. So what's the answer? 3 by 7 days. This is the answer. So let's pretend we have brackets, okay? Let's pretend we have brackets. Yeah, brackets weren't required in this and this. Brackets were only required in this. So yeah, let's just pretend. So next, I hope everyone is getting the concept. It's simple. It's just needs some common sense. Okay, these concepts just require some common sense. If you have the common sense, you can do it. If you do not have, you have to build common sense for it, because you cannot leave it like that. Okay, so question number 8. A and B together can do a piece of work in 30 days. That is, A and B are working together and they can do a piece of work in how many days? In 30 days. Okay, A having worked for 16 days, B finished the remaining work alone in 44 days. In how many days shall B finish the whole work alone? Oh my god, this is one of the most simplest questions. Okay, let me explain it to you. A and B together can do a piece of work in 30 days. So suppose A and B are friends, okay, and they can do a piece of work in 30 days. Me and my friend, we can do a piece of work in 30 days. Suppose I have to write a file, I have to make a project. And both of us, if we are working together, we can make that project in 30 days. Now A having worked for 16 days, B finished the remaining work alone in 44 days. So what we have done is, now दो friends थे, लड़ाई हो गई, and I worked for 16 days on my own, okay, and the rest of the work I have given it to my friend, which is B, and B finished the remaining work in 44 days, okay. But now suppose अगर इनिशियली ये पूरा प्रोजेक्ट सिर्फ बी के पास होता, तो बी जो है, इफ इट्स वर्किंग अलोन, देन हाउ मेनी डेज विल बी टेक टू एक्चुअली फिनिश all the project on its own? How many days? That is what we have to answer in this. All right, that is exactly what I have to answer in this. So now let's solve this. The answer is A's one day work is suppose X. So A's one day work is X. Similarly, I would say B's one day work is what? Y. So X plus Y is going to be nothing but 1 by 30, and 16X plus 44Y is going to be nothing but 1. Why? Because here what they are saying is that A and B, if they together work, they are going it for 30 days. So here I have taken this reciprocal of it, and then 16 days A has worked and B has basically done the whole work in 44 days. And similarly, I have taken this because all the work aggregated has to be equal to 1 unit. So if I'm going to solve these two equations, if this is equation 1 and this is equation 2, and if I solve these two equations, then what is going to happen is, solving these two equations, I will basically get X is equals to 1 by 60 and Y is equals to 1 by 60. So X and Y is nothing but they are equal to 1 by 60. So what is going to be B's one day work? All of you, come on, everything is on your screen. Everything is on your screen. The question which I'm asking is on your screen, like the answer to that question basically. I'm asking that what is B's one day work? You have to answer this. What is B's one day work? Come on. Exactly, you can see this. B's one day work is Y. And do I know this? Do I know where is Y? Maybe I don't. Yes, this is Y. Y is nothing but it's 1 by 60. So that means B alone can finish the whole work in how many days? How many days? Reciprocate this. 60 days. My handwriting is not good, but let's just pretend it is, and let's just, alright, I'm going to write it dubara. Okay, I'm scrapping this off. I do not have an eraser, so yeah, 60 days. It's pretty better than the previous one. Okay, next question. So what was the answer? 60 days. Okay, I hope you people aren't bored. You people aren't thinking, oh my god, one after another questions are being thrown at us. But just do not feel that way, okay? Just concentrate. I can bet that there are a few questions which are left, so let's just finish it, and let's just then have a chocolate after this to just, celebrate some success, that yes, we have done few questions of time and work, and now we know the concept in depth. So question 9. Let's start with question 9. What does question 9 say? A, B and C can do a piece of work in 20, 30 and 60 days respectively. So A, B and C are doing their work in 20, 30 and 60 days respectively. A, B, C. 20 days, 30 days, 60 days. Okay. In how many days can A do the work if he is assisted by B and C on every third day? Got it? On every third day. This question can be a bit tricky, but then let's try and solve this in a very, very simplified manner. So how I'm going to solve it, just see. If you people have any other concept by which you can solve this question on your own, just pause the video, do it. If you people do not know, just see how I'm doing it, and then you can practice. So what is happening is, A's 2 days work is what? 1 by 20 into 2, obviously, which is nothing but 1 by 10. Correct? Now A plus B plus C's 1 day work is what? It's going to be 1 by 20 plus 1 by 30 plus 1 by 60. Now if I'm going to add, it's going to be something 6 by 60, which is nothing but 1 by 10. Alright. Now what is the work which is done in 3 days? So the work which is done in 3 days is nothing but, it's actually 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10. Got it? 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10, which is nothing but 2 by 10, which is nothing but 1 by 5. Alright. So now 1 by 5 is the work which is done in how many days? 3 days. So whole work will be done in how many days? 3 into 5. Right? Because what I'm saying is, I'm saying that the work is done in 3 days. Okay. So in 3 days, the amount of work which is done is 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10, which is nothing, that is 1 by 5. So now 1 by 5 is actually the work which is done in how many days? In 3 days. So the whole work will be done in how many days? 3 into 5 days. And what is 3 into 5? I hope you people know this. It's 15 days. 3 5s are 15. Simple. So how many days? 15 days. Oh God. Question 10. The last question of the day. Let's do it. Okay. So what does question 10 says? A takes twice as much time as B or thrice as much time as C to finish a piece of work. Now one concept which I want to tell you is of efficiencies, which we have done in the previous video, the last concept if I'm not wrong. Now suppose A is X, okay, this is the number of days which they take respectively to finish a work. Now A takes twice as much as time as B does, which means B takes half the time what A takes. So this is going to be for B. And A takes thrice as much as time which C does to finish a work, which means C takes 1 by 3 times the time which is required to do a work than A does. So X by 3. So this is going to be for A, this is going to be for B, and this is going to be for C. Alright. Working together, they can finish the work in 2 days. So if they work together, that is all three are very good friends. And if A plus B plus C work together, they can finish the work in how many days? In 2 days. So B can do the work alone in. Now what they are saying is, they are saying A can basically take X days to finish a work, B can take X by 2 and C can take X by 3. If they work together, they can take 2 days in totality to finish the work. So how many days will B take to do the work alone? So B is very, very hardworking. He has to do all the work on its own. So how many days will B take to complete the work on its own? Let's solve it and let's be done with all the questions of time and work. So let's start. Now I have told you that for A, B and C, it's going to be X, X by 2 and X by 3. What is this? Days which they have taken to finish work. Days to finish work. Okay. So what is going to be 1 by X? Plus 2 plus 2 by X plus 3 by X. The reciprocal of this, which is going to be nothing but what? X by 6. Correct? If I am taking X common, X by 6, right? This is X by 6. But now this has to be what? 1 by 2, because all of them are completing the work in 2 days. All of them, when they are working in an aggregated format, what they are doing is they are completing the work in 2 days. That means 1 by 2 time lag raha hai unko, like 1 day ka kaam karne mein. So what is going to be 6x's and 1 by 2? It's going to be same. It's going to be equated. So 6 by x is equal to 1 by 2. Please do not get confused in this. बहुत simple है. मैं दोबारा से एक बार explain कर देती हूँ so that you people aren't confused. I suppose that A is X is for A. That is A takes X number of days to complete the work respectively. Alright, so B is taking x by 2 and C is taking what? X by 3 days to finish the work. Alright, so 1 plus x plus 2 by x plus 3 by x is going to be 6 by x. But this is the aggregated amount of work, which is also 1 by 2, because they actually took 2 complete days to finish the work when A, B, C, all three of them were actually working together. Which means what? Which means 6 by x is actually equal to 1 by 2. That is nothing but x is going to be 12. Okay, so x is what? X is going to be 12. So B take how many days? If x is 12, B take from here x by 2, x is 12, 12 by 2, 6 days. Simple. X by 2 is what we assumed. X is 12, we found out. So 12 by 2, 6 days. So this is basically the answer to it. Alright, this is the answer to it, 6 days. So here it's 6 days. So we have actually done all the questions. You can see we actually did 10 questions. So now I hope you people have understood what is time and work, and I hope that you people have understood the concept in depth, and now that concept is embedded inside you. So thank you very much for watching this video, and hope that you people are doing well.